how y'all doing? Long time no see. Okay, so today I'm coming at you with a comparison between the Estrela GM and the Estrela MM. Now I do have videos on each of them separately on my channel, but I just so happen to have both of them right now. They were special orders, and before I box them up and ship them out, I wanted to do a quick comparison. You can see there's not a whole lot of difference. I don't know. I guess it just is in the eye of the beholder. I mean, I don't feel like the GM is super monster. It's not GM like Neverfull GM. Okay, so sometimes y'all probably already know, if you've been following Louis Vuitton and even me, you probably have heard me say that the PM, MM, and GM do not translate the same from bag to bag. So there's just kind of keeping that in mind. But anyway, before I get started, I do want to make sure that you saw all of the links up in the description to all of my groups and, pages on Facebook and whatnot. I do live shows for J-Ports 3 times a week. Well, usually it's 3 times a week. And I just want to make sure that you are following those pages and that you have your notifications turned on. You don't want to miss out. You literally save hundreds of dollars when you shop with J-Ports, and we're actually called Luxe Live. But anyway, they are, of course, authentic pre-loved items, and would love for you to be part of that. So make sure that when you're done with this video, you go back up to the description, and click on all those links, and join all them pages, okay? So let's start with the MM. Let me give you the measurements of the MM. Okay, so the MM is about 14.5 inches at the bottom, okay? And I basically just measured like where it curves to where it curves. Okay, the widest point, which is obviously going to be in the middle, that is 17 inches. Okay, if you're laying it down, like see, you got 17 inches there in the middle, and then at the top you've got 14 inches. What I like about it is you do have a lot of room to get into it at the top, because you know how sometimes you have a big bag, but you have a small mouth, and then you can't, you can't really get into it, and so that's kind of a beat down. But with this one, you still have a lot of room. Okay, what else? What else? The handle drop. Oh, I did forget to measure that part. The handle drop is. I forgot to tell you, 11 inches tall and then 6 inches deep. Handle drop is 8 inches. Okay, so kind of we'll pass the elbow test. You kind of just have to, do this. What makes it easier, even though 8 inches isn't necessarily a lot of room, because the handles or the straps are sewn further apart, it matters, okay? It matters when you're just trying to get it over your shoulder. It matters when you have on a winter jacket or something that's a little bit bulkier, and to get it up over your arm, you just have more room. You don't feel, like it's just super tight. That's one thing that I noticed about this bag that I like. And of course it does have the, the strap here, so you can also attach it on the side, and you can have a carry option over the shoulder. Okay, one thing that I think is kind of strange though is on the Estrela, it comes with this thin shoulder strap, kind of like the Palermo bags, which is fine for a smaller bag, but when you have bags that are kind of bulky like these, both sizes, I think that it's not balanced. You have this little strap, because if you load up this bag, and this is the MM, because if you load it up, it's just going to be kind of heavy. So I think that's strange. But anyway, whatever. They didn't ask me when they decided what strap to put. But, okay, so the GM measures, at the bottom, it's 15 inches, okay? So it's actually not a whole lot bigger, and it is 18 inches at the widest point, okay? So you have 15, 18, and then it's 1 inch taller, it's 12 inches tall, and it's also 6 inches deep. So you can tell that there's not a whole lot of difference in the sizes. I mean, really, it kind of looks like it, but when you start actually bringing the measuring tape out, there's not a whole lot of difference. And then there's 14 inches at the top. So you have the same amount of room at the top on both bags to get into it. You have the same depth on both bags. You can just tell this one's 1 inch taller, and it looks like it, and just a teeny bit wider, So that's one thing that I thought was kind of interesting. If you're just looking at the bottom where the leather pieces are, it kind of looks, if you're looking at the widest point, it does look bigger. But if you're just looking at the bottom, it's only, an inch wider. So, and then here, I don't think I can do the shoulder. I'm pretty sure the straps are the same. Okay, I was wrong. So it's 19-inch shoulder drop, not shoulder drop, but, room to get it over your shoulder on here too. And so, like I said, dadgummit. Okay, and so you can see how they fit. The distance from the straps, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like, it fits the size of the bag, don't know if that even makes sense. But like, even though this one is 1 inch, there's 1 inch more on this one, because it's taller, I guess technically it's the same. I mean, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm probably not making any sense. But anyway, basically, I just want you to know that the bags are not too far apart in their sizes, okay? But, you know, I remember when I first got the Estrela the second I pulled it out of the box, and I think I still have that video up, I was like, oh, you know what? I think it's going to be too small. And it was for me. I mean, to me, it's more like it's like a Speedy 35. That's kind of the size that it is. I mean, the Speedy 35 is a little bit deeper, but I mean, that's basically the size of the MM. And then the GM is obviously going to be closer to a Speedy 40. I mean, and you know what? I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, the Speedy 40 is huge compared to the 35. A lot of people think the 35 is huge. So anyway, I mean, ultimately this comes down to preference. But again, the GM on the Estrela is not like your Neverfull GM. Like that, the Neverfull GM is a monster. And this one is not really a monster. I mean, it's a bigger bag, but it's definitely not a monster. But again, it's kind of the same thing. Like you have one of those little straps in here to house, you know, well, not house, but to carry, to support this huge bag. And so that is one thing that, like I said, I think it's strange that they decided on this little strap. So you know what, if anything, I'm thinking save the strap, get a strap that's actually gonna fit, like something, even if it wasn't a Louis Vuitton strap. What if you got one of these nylon web straps that are just a little bit wider, and you could just throw that on here and it would just be, you know, just be a little something something. I mean, some people don't like to change anything up, but I'm just saying it's an option because you would have more support on your shoulder. Because again, once you load these bags up, they are going to get heavy, and they are a lot of canvas, and so, you know, you just got to be aware of that. I was just going to put my stuff in them really quick. Well, first let me show you this. So they both do have the same thing, okay? They both have the same thing. They both have the little made in, you know, the Louis Vuitton heat stamp right here in the front. Or sorry, it's not the made in, it's just, what does it say? Louis Vuitton Paris. You got the same thing on the GM, okay? And everything else is the same. Because you know how like on the Palermo PM, is it PM? And then the Palermo GM, they don't look anything alike. Like they're completely different, you know? I mean, their styles are different. But this style is the same in both sizes. It's exactly the same, okay? You have the same like rivets on it, same placement of everything, like it's the same. Let me just make sure on the inside. Of course, the inside is the Alcantara lining. You have the nice wider slip pocket on the inside over here. You have a D-ring over here. And then on the other wall, you do have your heat stamp. And then you've got two decent sized patch pockets on that wall. And they're gonna be similar to what's in the Artsy, those pockets, if you're familiar with that size. And so you do have a lot of room in here. And it is a zipper closure, and it does have the chunky zipper pull with a little piece of leather on the end. So you definitely, you know, if you have a problem with manual dexterity, you won't with this bag, okay? You'll be able to grab it. And then on the GM, let's see. Okay, yeah, same thing. You have a decent sized slip pocket, okay, over here. It's probably a little bit bigger than the one in the MM just because it's proportionate with this bag. D-ring over here in the corner. Other wall, two patch pockets, and they are a little bit bigger. So basically, the pockets in here are proportionate to this bag, and those are proportionate to that bag, but it's still the same number of pockets. Heat stamp, okay. One thing I did notice is that in the GM, your date code is on a little leather tab right there. And the MM, it's actually pressed onto the Alcantara like in an Artsy in the pocket, in one of the pockets. I can't remember which one it is. Okay, I don't want to waste time. It's in one of the smaller pockets. I don't want to waste time finding it, but I just want you to know that, you know, you've got the little leather tab on the GM that shows date code, and then you have the two, or you have the pressed in to the Alcantara on this one. And I do like this bag because it does have the, again, the chunky zipper pull. Oh, I don't think I showed you on the GM. GM has the same thing, same one. Okay, you have the leather trimmer on the top on both bags. There was something specific I was going to tell you. Oh, and I like that it has like jewelry quality hardware. People are always like, what do you mean? Okay, well, if you look at the, like the Cobus piano, oh crap, I did have that out here. Oh, here's an idea. Okay, the Cobus series, Cobus piano, Cobus mezzo, and the Cobus alto all have, well, even this one's different. Okay, that's not a good example. The hardware that they have connecting the chaps to the strap, the piece right here, is just flat. Okay, this is rounded. Okay, these are rounded. And then the rivets are bubbly, like they're not flat. Okay, so they're nice. They're just fancy. They're just kind of fancy. And so that's what you just kind of see, even like on the rivets on the bottom there, like those are bubbly too. Okay. As far as items that'll fit in them, okay, they're gonna fit the same amount of items. Okay, they're just gonna be a teeny bit more snug in the MM. And I do want you to see, let's see, is this on the longest setting? This is on, let me just make sure it's on the longest setting or not. Okay, so right now, on the GM here, the shoulder strap is on the longest setting. Okay, and I'm 5'6". Let me get my stool. So I am 5'6". Crap, I have the static electricity. Okay, so if I want to wear it over my shoulder, this is how it goes. I'm 5'6". The top of the bag is like right just below my waist. Okay, and so obviously you have no trouble getting into it. Crossbody, let's see. Yeah, it'll work. If you want to wear it as a crossbody, totally. But again, the strap is so thin. I mean, like it's not very wide. Well, and it's thin. It just seems like you'd be better off trying to invest in either a bigger, like a keep-all strap, a pre-loved keep-all strap, or just go to Mado.com or whoever, Amazon, and get one of these nylon webbed ones, and it just supports it a little bit better. Okay, and they have Mado.com has all sorts of options. Okay, so anyway, you can wear it as a crossbody on here. Well, I guess depending on your height. I mean, again, I'm 5'6". I would do this. I mean, but if you wear it as a crossbody, it's going to be a little bonky because she big. Okay, she big. And then I'm not going to be able to really demonstrate what fits in it. I think I'd do that in my other videos, just because I'm already like almost 12 minutes in this video. It'll make it way too long. So, okay, same thing. This one, let's see what's going on here. It's actually not at the same, here, I'm going to put it on the longest setting. So I'm just going to put it on the longest setting. Oh, yeah. And it's possible that that one may not have been on the longest setting. Let me look again. Okay, so you have two little, okay, so get this again. So obviously you can be hands-free, put it over your shoulder. Okay, put this down. Okay, you can wear it as a crossbody. Same thing, you can do that. But I'm telling you, the bag is already, it's got a little bit of weight to it because of all the canvas, all right? And a little bit, the leather. It's a little heavy, empty, okay? It's not super heavy. I'm just saying, you are going to notice that it weighs something without your junk in it, okay? If you get all your junk in it and you wear it like this, you're going to end up probably having a sore shoulder. That does happen to me. Depends on how long I'm actually wearing it on my shoulder, but, it just kind of is what it is. But it does have, they do have the flat handles, which I like. I just wanted to make sure this one was actually on the longest setting. Oh yeah, it was. Okay. So yeah, so both of them definitely can be worn over the shoulder as a crossbody and no issues. And again, what I like about them is just the fact that they look identical. Their sizes vary just very slightly, but they didn't change the whole look of the bag, like they did on the Palermo GM and the Palermo PM. I mean, those bags look completely different. I don't even think there's a Palermo MM. I think it's just PM and GM, but they look completely different. And I do have reviews on both of those on my channel too. You'll see what I mean. But this one, they kept the same exact look, just a teeny bit bigger. The sizes just vary. So anyway, again, Estrela, GM, and MM. They do have multiple carry options: hand carry, arm carry, shoulder, crossbody, like you name it. So this covers everyone. And it really just comes down to, are you more of a Speedy 35 gal, okay, than the Estrela MM? Are you more of a Speedy 40 gal? Okay, you're going to want the GM. And that's kind of how that goes. And again, I think I actually put, have a demonstration of everything that goes in them on those other videos if you want to go to my channel. Not exactly sure about the MM, but I know on the video on my GM, I put everything in there so you could see. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. And again, make sure y'all go back to the description and y'all join all my groups and all my stuff going on Facebook. And I do hope to see you in one of my live sales. Okay, bye!